The Confederation of Indian Industry has projected a growth of 6.5 to 6.7% for the Indian economy this fiscal, but has warned of numerous headwinds as well. Our Dinesh, the new president of CII, spoke to Siddharth Zarabhi, managing editor of Business Today TV, about the economy and also how more international CEOs are now eager to invest in India. Here's an excerpt from that exclusive conversation.
Your own assessment of where the economy stands today, especially from the most recent numbers, where a small set of opinions suggests that there are weak spots on the horizon.
Thank you. So if you look at it, I think our belief is that we have kind of come out of the various global shocks as well as the pandemic quite well. Maybe we are the fastest growing economy right now. But most importantly, I think the perfect platform has been built from the transformative reforms which have happened in the country. And not only is today the focus on India from the rest of the world, but also we have a rare opportunity where this virtuous cycle of the infrastructure spend, increasing the domestic demand, therefore more and more investment taking place, and last but not the least, that investment leading to exports is where we are right now. To answer your question in terms of how we look at it as, are there headwinds? Yes, there are definitely. The global market itself is a challenge. The very fact that the rest of the world is not doing well could be challenges for us. And equally importantly, from a domestic side, we have the monsoon coming and there have been various issues of the El Nino, etc. But as we speak today, we believe that the tailwinds, which the ones I mentioned, are far stronger than the headwinds which we have.
In other context, how would you describe the mood of Indian CEOs, particularly those that you represent now, in terms of their outlook versus global counterparts?
So definitely the confidence level of Indian CEOs is definitely higher compared with, as I said, simply because of the growth parameter which I think India is speaking about. And if I remember right, the data from IMF was India is going to contribute about 15% of the global growth, which I think is a very strong position. Secondly, if you look at from the rest of the world, I think India, as I mentioned, will be the fastest growing economy, which also reflects the confidence factor which the CEOs have. And as you rightly put it, I think the global CEOs are looking at their large markets and worrying or talking about that from their perspective. But having said that, I think that also is a great opportunity for India, because even the global CEOs do understand that India has a large market demand, and that's something which is reflecting in their wanting to come in and invest in India and set up, which I think we already saw happening with some of the announcements which you saw in the last few months. So to directly answer your question, yes, Indian CEOs are definitely more confident than the global CEOs.
As far as the compliance burden is concerned, what is the sentiment? Because when you speak with some people, and mostly off record, the sense that that I have gotten sometimes is that there is a sense of unease that due to various reasons, compliances are still on the higher side versus operating in an overseas foreign environment.
See, there are two elements to this. One, and I think from CII's perspective, I call it as the ease of doing business, the cost of doing business, right? So as we focus, I think this government has been very conscious of both factors. Having said that, the work has to happen in a continuous manner to make sure that we concentrate on both of these. And I think it will be unfair to compare a developed market with a developing market directly. But having said that, many of the corporates who have operations elsewhere will also find that each country has its own requirements, so to say. But it's a very fair point to say, and CII's focus is definitely to reduce the cost of doing business. And that's something which we will continue to work with the government on.